Okay, so it's the day after the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal, and I thought I'd just give a quick reaction. Mainly, I think it was an unfair scoreline. 3-1 definitely flatters Arsenal. There were moments in that game that I thought we would get the 3 points. And 3-1 just totally makes it look like Arsenal were by far the superior team, which certainly wasn't the case. Sorry, I've got a funny throat. Saying that, I mean, I'm not going to say that we deserved the 3 points completely. I think a point would probably have been the fair result all round. But it could have gone either way, but we didn't take our chances, and I think that's the major thing. We had lots of opportunities to go in front and we didn't take them. And if you're playing Arsenal away, you've got to take those chances. If you don't, you're going to be punished, and we were. The second goal, though, so unlucky, and it changed the game. 2 turning points for me. First of all was Arnie going off. They seemed to have just lost shape, I don't know, it just seemed to fall apart a bit for me, which is a worry, because we all know how brilliant Arnie is and how important he is, but you don't really want to fall apart in that way, because we rely on him so massively and he's not always going to be fit. But the real game changer was when they scored. It went wrong from then, and then obviously we were chasing the game and trying to get the equaliser, and then we were too open, and that's when the third goal from Danny Welbeck. It's just frustrating for me. As for the team lineup, I don't think anyone would have predicted that team. It was so many changes. We've had 3 games, and the last 2 games have just been completely different teams. Well, not completely different, but a lot of changes. Changes that players that were in the first 11 one week are dropped out the squad completely. We know the same that happened for Fredericks and Rice the second game, and then this week Bonner completely gone from the squad. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for making changes, and if players aren't playing well, they need to be dropped. But dropping them out of the squad completely, now maybe it's just because we've got such a big squad and actually there's so much depth there that we have to do that, but it just seems quite drastic to me. Cresswell, I don't think it was that he's not fit. I think it's just purely that he's not making the squad, and I still think he's a better left back than Arthur. And that's not saying that I don't like Arthur, and I'm not saying he didn't have moments of doing really well yesterday, but he's not. I don't think he's an out-and-out left back, and Cresswell is. So I'd like to see Cresswell back in the team. We know what Arthur can do. He has brilliant moments, but sometimes he tries to just do things that are unnecessary, rather than doing the simple thing. And it looks great when it actually pulls it off and you go, look how brilliant he is, but it doesn't always happen, and then that's really annoying. And I think I'd rather him do the simple thing than trying to be clever sometimes. But I'm not criticising him for yesterday's game, because he had an alright performance, but I would just like to see Aaron Cresswell back. As for all the changes that we keep making, I want to know what our best starting 11 is, and obviously that will change, and depending on who we're playing and how we set up, obviously that's going to be different. But I just feel like there's a little bit too many changes at the moment, and we definitely need to sort out, particularly in our defence, who is our best back four. Keep changing it around. They're not going to have enough time to actually get to play with each other and get used to how... I just want to see a consistent defence. One change yesterday that I was really pleased with, and he had a lot of stick before he joined. I mean, I didn't have too much of an opinion on him, to be honest. Sanchez looked really, really good. Composed. It just slotted in perfectly, and I would say probably why he got given the armband when Arnie went off is Pellegrini's seen that, and not many people were giving him a chance. So yesterday he definitely deserves to start again, based on that performance. Really, really impressed with him. Have to mention the goalkeeper, Fabianski. Now, I'm a big Adrian fan, but you can't drop him, which sounds mad, doesn't it? It was like letting 9 goals. I'm really sorry about my voice. It's not good. Letting 9 goals, and I'm saying don't drop him, but I can't say that he's been really at fault for anything. He's kept us in games at moments with some brilliant saves, and he did yesterday, even conceding 3. And that's the thing when I say that it was an unfair result yesterday, because we had so many chances, but Arsenal took theirs, and Fabianski did keep us in the game for quite a few occasions with some brilliant saves. So yeah, got to praise him as well. 2 other mentions. Fredericks, really pleased to see him back. I thought it probably was a little bit unfair to drop him against Bournemouth, because it was a hard test against Liverpool and couldn't fully judge him on that. So it was really good to see him back yesterday away to Arsenal, and he put in a really good performance. He was really troubling Arsenal, so that was good. And the one that got slated, our massive signing, Anderson, it was all too quick to judge. I mean, we should have learnt from Arnie. New to the Premier League, so even less reason to criticise, to be honest, than Arnie. And yesterday he definitely showed glimpses of why we've paid that sort of money. And let's hope that now he kicks on and lives up to all the expectations. I'm hoping now as a team we actually kick on and we actually get some points, because, 3 games in, no points. 2 of those games you probably wouldn't have necessarily expected any points, but one of them definitely. And it's a massive game. Obviously we've got the cup game, but I'm sort of excluding that. We've got a massive game against Wolves at home, and they got a point against Man City yesterday. So there's no guarantees. Any game, there's no guarantees, but that is a game that we've got to go all out for 3 points. Because I tell you what, if we don't get 3 points against Wolves, no matter how good they are, and they're a team that are going to do well this season, I'm sure of it, but no matter how good they are, if we don't get a single point, but really 3, that's a worry. And not because I'm saying that we're not good at, because yesterday was so much better. It was positives for the first time this season, but it doesn't matter unless you start getting points, and I am a bit concerned if it's a bad result against Wolves. I don't know. Let's not think about it. I'm not going to go into negativity. I'm going to say that we're unlucky against Arsenal. We're going to get 3 points against Wolves, and then our season's going to really get going.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and follow me on Twitter @Flump9. Come on, you Lions.